Modern Athens is built on the ruins of the glory that was Greece. To Athens, to drink in the culture, among other things, has come Bartholomew Adams, millionaire. A charming and not altogether useful young man, Bart Adams' mornings after are seldom disturbed by anything worse than the reveries of the night before. Or so most people think, because very few people ever really know where Bart Adams was the night before.
Mr. Adams eloped late yesterday with a lady of title. Will be back sometime next January. I'm sorry.
Trigonis is being operated on at noon. He's got to live and he's got to talk. Somebody doesn't want him to either. He'll be in room 25. Hurry.
Noon? It's almost that now. I had a luncheon date. Don't worry. I'll be there.
Agnes.
Yes, sir?
Your name is Miss Stephanie?
Yes, sir.
You know who I am.
George Parthius, one of the ministers of the Interior.
General Trigonis, how is he?
Not good, sir.
He can be questioned.
I don't know. That would be up to Dr. Caracas.
And where is he?
Still in the operating room, sir.
Would you get him, please?
Dr. Caracas, this is Mr. Parthius from the Ministry of the Interior. He wishes to speak with you.
Speak with me? About what?
The traitor Trigonis, did he survive?
We took greater care in removing the bullets than the police did in administering them.
Then he lives.
For the moment?
Is he conscious?
Not yet. You will excuse me, Mr. Parthius. I must rest.
Of course. Trigonis can be questioned then.
He is not young. The shock has been great. I have not prevented his death, merely postponed it.
Your patient doctor is an outlaw. This Trigonis is a political assassin who would destroy Greece. He knows the identity of his leader. He cannot die with that knowledge. We must get the name of that man.
Trigonis is a villain and deserves to die. But he is also entitled to medical care, Mr. Parthius.
I am not an inhumane man, but Trigonis happens to be a prisoner as well as a patient. Mr. Lyas himself is waiting downstairs to conduct the questioning.
Mr. Lyas? You people in the ministry don't usually conduct police interrogations yourselves, do you?
Of course not, so you can see how important it is.
Nurse?
Yes, Dr. Caracas?
Miss Stephanie, the police patient Trigonis is to be prepared for questioning as soon as he comes out of anesthesia. There must be witnesses.
Yes, of course, but discretion.
Take him to operating room 3. It's not in use. You and the orderly will be present.
Tucking him in? Oh, you, a guy who doesn't like murder. Hey.
This Trigonis, while he was delirious, muttered the name Carroll. Does that mean anything to the Ministry of Interior?
Yes. It's the name of the most dangerous person in Greece. We must find out who Carroll is.
Very well. I'll meet you up on operating 3. I'll only be a minute.
All right, Doctor.
Will patient in room 25 be brought to OR 3 immediately?
Allow me to present my superior at the ministry, Mr. Lyas, the surgeon, Dr. Caracas.
Miklos, the official stenographer. Where is our prisoner?
The patient is on the way.
Dr. Caracas is afraid the traitor Triganis is too near death to be questioned.
Does he know he is dying?
He has already refused spiritual aid. He also knows that if he recovers from the police bullets, he would be shot against the wall by army bullets. I'd say he knows.
All the more reason why he should be interrogated now. Miklos. Guard. Who are these people?
Miss Stefani, my surgical nurse, the orderly. In these cases, the hospital must have its own witnesses.
So, Barthius, my notes, please.
Doctor, that orderly. I never saw him before.
Okay. You there. What is your name?
Eskos, sir. Dimitri Eskos. Just assigned to this case by the police infirmary. Precaution, sir.
Very good. We'll proceed.
Miss Stefani, you will sit here. And the moment the patient shows any ill effect, the interrogation will be stopped. Is that clear?
One would almost think you did not want him questioned.
One would almost think that this procedure was designed to kill him before he could answer.
Gentlemen, you're being melodramatic. The problem is matter of fact. Miklos. You're George Triganis, sometimes called General Triganis? The president made an affirmative gesture. Triganis, you're charged as a traitor to your king and country. You wish to make a statement?
No. May be tedious, sir, may I?
Yes.
To save your restraint, I will read the charges as questions, and you will indicate your answer by sign or gesture. Agreed? You're a communist agent, are you not?
The prisoner stands mute.
You were one of a council of four who directed the illegal activities of the communist terror troops in the insurrection of 1948. True?
The president made a defiant gesture.
In the police raid on the council last night, 2 were killed, you were wounded, and 1, your leader, is still at large, right? No response.
Nurse Stefani?
His pulse is holding, Doctor.
This leader is known by the code name of Carol. We must know his true identity. Who is Carol? Who is Carol? Is Carol a man or a woman? Is Carol a Greek or foreign national? Is Carol a man or woman? Now, see here, Triganis, you must realize the extremity of your case. For the last time, who is Carol?
Triganis, you're a dying man. Do not turn your back on your crimes. Many good, honest people are dead because of you. We can save others if you will only...
I'm sorry, sir. He can't go on.
What do you mean?
His pulse has stopped.
It's too late now, gentlemen. Now he'll never talk.
You just lost a soft detail.
Mademoiselle is having...
Apoplexy. Brew me something to extinguish a slow burn, will you? Oh, if my friend ever gets here, he'll have a martini, too. Very dry. Make it with sand.
Pardon, mademoiselle. Hello? How did everything go?
Triganis died without being able to speak.
Good.
Not quite. Lemos was attacked and an imposter took his place in the operating room.
Who was he? What did he look like?
We don't know except that Lemos managed to cut him on the hand. The back of the left hand.
What's the next move?
Stay at the hotel. The others are on their way there now for a meeting. They should be there any minute.
All right.
I think we ought to fix him a drink in the tradition of ancient Greece. Say a cup of poison hemlock.
With 2 olives in it, please. I'm starved. Now, what was I saying last night? Your approach to romance is so refreshingly new. Oh, that was another place and somebody else. What's the matter? Am I late?
You are late, and one other thing, which I won't repeat.
Oh, well, maybe the Greeks have a word for it. Bartender, what's the word?
Christus.
What's that?
I can't repeat it, but it proves the bartender's a philosopher. All bartenders are either philosophers or spies. In some places, they're both. Which are you?
A spy.
Break out a bottle, Aristotle. Grab a table, honey, when I make a date for lunch.
You keep it in time for dinner.
Oh. You know, this is very touching. You're waiting for little old me.
I only waited so I could kick your teeth in. But Mother always said, Carol,
Yeah, that's all right. I'll take that. What did you say? Is your name Carol?
Carol Rhonda Garland. I never use my first name, except when gentlemen want to engrave it on jewelry. The more the name, the bigger the... Mm-hmm.
You know, Rhonda, you never told me what you were doing here in Athens.
If you hadn't broken so many dates, I might have had a chance. Since it involves a gentleman in Shamokin, PA, I'm more mysterious and desirable if I don't tell you. I won't. What about you? What brought you to Athens, besides that $1 million yacht out in the bay?
International espionage. The bartender and I are in the same union.
I might almost believe you. Except that with all your dubious charm, everyone knows you're about as useful as a yo-yo. What'd you do to your hand?
Oh, well, when I realized I was late, I bit it in a frustrated rage.
Are you in some kind of trouble?
Say, look, you know, I'm a mess. You mind if I go up to your room and clean up? I'll just be a minute. What was the room number?
203.
Room 203. Now, look, you order for both of us. Anything you want, but nothing fattening for me.
Here's the key, she said wickedly. What will you do if the house detective finds you?
I'll tell him I'm waiting for Carol. Six 64382, please, and hurry. Extension 6, please. I'm at the Hotel Parthenon. They're on to me. Kidnap me, probably. Set out a net. Yeah. Right.
All right, Barkeep, who's back in there?
A tiger, eh? This will make you weak as a kitten.
Anybody care to wrestle?
Later on, your wretched Yankee jokes will turn into a high-pitched scream.
You know, I don't think you're really a nurse, but if you are, I hope Stalin gets sick and you're assigned to his case.
What were you doing in the hospital?
Well, I was being treated for nerves. I'm a very timid man.
We are not fools. You are an American spy. Who is your superior, Eisenhower?
I used to work for Eisenhower.
So?
I carried a rifle for him a few years back on that second front you people begged us to open.
You knew about Treganis.
I knew you deliberately let the questioning go past the point where his heart could stand the strain. I knew you killed him so that he couldn't tell who Carol is.
How do you know about Carol?
Oh, well, you don't tell me anything. Look, lady, if you don't quit slapping me, I'm going to spit right in your eye.
I wonder if you will be so belligerent when Carol gets here.
Oh, so Carol's coming.
That's who you wanted to see, wasn't it?
Carol left Athens right after we did. Should be here by now.
I guess that's why I'm alive. You can't start the quiz show till the MC gets here, is that it?
Carol should be on the Valley Spring Road by now. You two go out and check the car. There's no reason why you and I shouldn't discuss this between ourselves before Carol gets here.
Oh, you mean, I give you the information while your stooges are out and the big boss gives you one whole merit badge. Is that it?
There are rewards for diligence in a party.
Like Treganis got?
I can offer you a quick death or a slow one.
A red deuce or a black one? No, that's some deal. No, I think I'll just wait here until Carol comes and find out what he has to offer.
Oh, don't be a fool. You are much too handsome to die in this way.
Well, since you put it that way, supposing I have a smoke and I tell you everything I know. Cigarettes are inside my coat pocket. Will you get them? The costume jewelry. Oh, the light's out. See what I mean? Well, it looks like I needn't have hurried. Whoever you are, you did very well without me. You can put that away now. I'm Parthius of the Ministry of Interior. I know who you are. Do you? You're Carol. Now, really, where did you ever hear that name? Please point that the other way, will you? You're right. I am Carol. I came here to get information before I killed you. What you know now makes only your death important.
Are you all right, sir?
Fine.
I'm Lyons, Minister of Interior. This man here who has just revealed himself as Carol. I cannot disclose the significance of that delicate matter of state. But I can say it was most fortunate we got here in time to overhear it, and also that he disarmed you. Otherwise, he never would have admitted it.
Oh, yes, that was fortunate.
Well, young man, you've given quite the counting for yourself.
Well, yes, it was an adventure.
The others are wounded. Parthius will also survive. The woman, too. Fractured. Could I trouble somebody for my bag, please?
It's in the car. I'll get it. I have a surprise there, too.
Do they know who you are?
I don't think so.
It won't make any difference. Greek justice moves swiftly. For liars, I'll make it good. Wealthy playboy, kidnapped for ransom by communists. The Kremlin can't spare these local committees many American dollars. It's part of the pattern. I'd really thank you, Bart, except that you should have let me take the risk. After all, it is my country.
Oh. Well, when a man's father is being murdered, any man's son should help. It's the same with country.
Here's one interruption you shouldn't mind.
Bart, you're all right?
Yeah, the Marines got here. Did you blow the bugle?
Dr. Caracas brought me. So I must be under suspicion of something. I don't know why or what this is all about. However, as long as you're alive, I'd like to remind you that we still have a dinner date you're not going to get out of.
Oh, I still have to get out of these.
I forgot. I found this key on the floor.
Here's one date you're going to keep.
The city of Berlin is like a volcanic island in the Red Sea of Soviet Germany. Here, the forces of freedom must often work in secret, or almost, to keep the volcano from erupting. In Berlin, Bart Adams discovers the hidden meaning of the crooked picture. He learns why a dying man throws away his cap. And what can happen when you deliberately walk into a trap that's been baited with cheesecake. Next week, then, be sure to see Bart Adams' newest adventure as the Hunter, as he makes his perilous journey from the House of the Dead through forbidden territory to complete a mysterious mission known only as Operation Treptow.